Previously on the rise and fall of Nature Boy and carbonation.
The bulk of today's testimony focused on how cult leaders gain power and what it's like for the people inside the carbonation. The prosecution calling the founder of the Cult Education Institute as its expert witness.
For years, I had known about Mr. Bishop and his activities. This was not a group that was new to me. This was a group that I had learned about years ago.
But the defense questioned his qualifications to be considered as an expert.
Do you have any professional degrees?
No.
The rest of the day focused on the testimony from a man who said he was in Carbonation's living quarters the night the victim was allegedly raped. He says he doesn't know exactly what happened that night, but he testified about the abuse that went on within the group, including seeing the victim punished and slapped for not submitting to the group's rules.
Were folks within the group able to say no to Mr. Bishop?
The option is to leave.
Did you ever observe violence be used within the group?
Often, very often.
The prosecution also played a video and an audio recording of the defendant allegedly talking about not needing a woman's permission before intimacy.
Throughout the years, Nature Boy had amassed a large amount of supporters, and a few showed up to support him during his trial. But along with the support comes critics, and a few of them showed up as well. By the end of the first week of testimony, some of Nature Boy's hardest critics had shown up to the trial. YouTubers The T, Lisa Says What, Medea, and King World had all let their presence be known since opening statements. Medea will go live after the trial week ended, promising her followers to stay until the verdict.
All in all, guys, I'm gonna say with week one wrapped up of this trial, I'm gonna give the prosecution a big up. They really crafted a really great set of witnesses to testify and share their truth about carbonation, their time there. And I look forward to next week. I am going to commit to everyone right now to stay through the verdict. I don't know how I'm going to do that. But as Lisa Says What always says, it'll all work out. But yeah, I've decided, I think I'm gonna, I don't think that I could leave without knowing what the verdict is, regardless of what it is, guilty or not guilty.
They're literally maliciously prosecuting. They're not looking for the truth. They're looking to plant stuff on me. In that T interview, when she starts talking about what happened that night, you hear the truth. She said stuff like, I didn't want to leave him in my heart. Baba would never treat me like this. I wanted to go upstairs. The girls were jealous. They don't coax this girl into a sexual assault so they can get something big enough to take me down. There's no false imprisonment. You had your phone the whole time. I walk out the room. What the hell I need to rape you for? We're all over Twitter having sex. Everybody's seen this, where people are so hell-bent in the entertainment of it, or getting the, people want to see that they have an effect on something from a distance, like, oh, we got him locked up, oh my God, this is working, we really got him this far, and they're so excited about being somebody that has some kind of manipulation or some kind of influence to do something to someone that they become intoxicated with that. You're not about to Rashad Jamal me, my nigga. You know what you're not about to do is Malachi Z. York me. See, this is why I never let kids around me. Y'all used to get mad. I ain't never want to have no kids around me. Why? Because this is what they do.
Since being incarcerated, Nature Boy had watched his entire group, with the exclusion of his wives and Jackson Juju, completely disassociate themselves from him. In a strange post his wives posted to Instagram before the start of his trial, Nature Boy could be seen with fellow inmates bowing and showing respect to Malia. The title of the video was Chief and His New Tribe Pay Homage to Chiefess.
When I came in here, I seen my people, I seen the real streets. So when I came in here, all I seen was me. Oh, this is where the real at. Oh, well, the real is in here. So when I got in here, I quickly seen all my energy that I was out there with is in here. So it's like a family reunion in this motherfucker. Like, yo, what up? Like, yo, what up? It's like they look at you, they know you want it up. Like, yo, what up? Got the same energy, like, what's up? They're like, what's up with you? What's up with you? So it's like, but it's a familiar energy, so it's family. It's weird. It's like I went into the army or something. But the most beautiful thing I seen is that we had unity. We had unity. The brothers was working together. It was like paradise in there. I'm not gonna lie.
Let me tell you something. The real kings is waking up. We all in jail anyway. It's all jail, but we want to put him in a more secure jail because we're scared of people like him. Put him in at least the county. You want me away from society. This is how it goes. And I'm doing my bid until white supremacy no longer lives. And when white supremacy doesn't live, we're going to wild the fuck out. We're going to have a purge, baby. White men, you don't know how to rule. You were never meant to rule. We were. Bitch, you could put me in a fucking cell. I'm going to be a king in that cell. By my motherfucking self. And motherfucker, I'm going to act as a king and think as a king and be a king no matter where you put me. I want everyone to know who the fuck I am. Because I'm a king.
Y'all think we gonna turn on our king because the white man got him in captivity? Never. Never. I will always be here for my king. I'm never betraying my king. I would never leave him. I would never do him dirty. Carbonation for life. I'm gonna continue to stand on truth, absolute truth, through persecution, through everybody hating and throwing stones. I'm committed to my journey. My commitment to my journey is to my husband. Supporting him. Pushing the 3.
Pyramid.
The black man is God and I'm his goddess. Pyramid. Never folding. I'm loyal to the soil. I would never bite the hand that feed me.
Gotcha.
No matter how long it takes, my king will be free.
The first witness to be called to the stand was Detective Monica Penosian. Detective Penosian was the lead detective in Nature Boy's case. She, along with another detective, Gregory Moore, were the first 2 detectives that took Neyteri's statement when she accused Nature Boy of sexual assault. The prosecution would play his interview during direct examination.
If I go behind bars as an innocent man, like God wants me there, so I'm gonna be there. But I didn't do it. I didn't do anything. I wouldn't rape anyone. I got all these women. Those are all my women. Why would I rape someone? I got like 5 women. Why would I rape a girl? I'm a ladies' man. I got like 5, 6 women. Why am I rape a girl for? I don't have to rape my girl. Like she's my girl. Like she's saying that shit. That ain't nothing to play with. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I just can't wait to look at her in her eyes and just be like, bro, you really gonna put me in jail for this, right?
But we're seeing, based on your videos, a pattern of behavior.
Right.
And we have somebody come along that says, you wouldn't let me leave, you told me I was going to stay here, and you're going to have sex with me when I want to. How do we take that?
Okay, this is how you take it. Watch the video. Just look at it, bro. Just please.
What video?
I have the video on my phone. I've like 6, 7 videos of the educational video with me. When you see the videos of me,
We're not talking about the revenge porn. We're talking about the rape. We're talking about when she tried to leave.
No. What I'm saying to you is, why would I need to rape her if I myself was, or this is my girl? Why would I rape her?
So we explained, okay, the allegations of the rape, okay? She said that you were upset at the face she made, and you started having these girls hit her. And so she finally had enough. She said, I want to leave. And so I think she said, go ahead and leave. And so she packed her stuff up, I think whenever she could. She called an Uber. An Uber was outside. As she was getting ready to walk outside, I think one of the girls said, hey, you want to say goodbye to her. So she goes upstairs to see you, and you end up cornering her and start making out with her. I'm telling you what she's saying.
Bro, this is my girl. She got my name on her body.
First of all, she had to leave.
No, this is what happened. Let me tell you exactly what happened. Okay. She's about to leave because she's mad. And so I'm like, hey, chill out. You don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I hugged her. And when she's like, no. And I'm like, babe, you know how it is. Like, it wasn't no, stop. No, that was never. It was like, babe, chill out. And she's like, okay. And she texted her. She was like, all right. But then after we made love right there, she was like, when she went in the room, and then she left. She left in the middle. She just left. It was no rape, son.
There was no forced entry. There was no rape at all. That's what she's claiming. But that's what I'm saying to you. That is a setup. That is wrong. And that's what I'm saying to you, sir. What about the guys there that and the girls that claim that you are God? I am God. I believe I'm God. Okay. I do. I believe that I'm God. I believe we're God. I believe everything is connected. I believe that you're God. I believe that the way I treat you is how I treat God.
All right, Detective Penosian, just a couple of questions. After you finished your complete investigation, did you obtain arrest warrants for Mr. Bishop?
Yes.
And did that conclude your involvement in this case?
Yes.
All right, that's all I have. Thank you, Detective.
On cross-exam, the defense would accuse Detective Penosian of conducting a shoddy investigation. They would also point to her lack of experience as a detective when she took on Nature Boy's case.
Good morning, Detective. How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
All right, my name is Robert Booker. I represent Eligio Bishop, and I just have a few questions for you, okay? And you've been a detective for about 3 years? 2 years?
A little over 2 years.
A little over 2 years. So when you first got this case, you had been a detective for just a month or two, right?
A few months, yes.
Okay. You were trained to interview witnesses?
Yes.
Okay. As a matter of fact, you interviewed my client. That was played before the jury, right?
With Detective Moore.
With Detective Moore. All right. And when you do an investigation, you rely on what you would consider to be the best evidence for purposes of your investigation, right?
Correct.
Okay. And prior to this case, you had worked on rape cases before, right?
Yes.
As a detective?
Yes.
How many had you worked on in the 2 or 3 months you had been a detective?
I don't know off the top of my head, probably at least a few.
You are the primary detective on this case, is that correct?
That's correct.
We'll start with Janae Newell. You spoke to Janae Newell, right?
Correct.
Okay, and you interviewed her, right?
Yes.
That was a recorded interview, was it not?
Yes.
Okay. Did you do a search warrant on the cell phone of Janae Newell?
No, we did not.
Do you know who Kelly Johnson is? She's a witness in this case as well.
No, I don't know that name off the top of my head, unfortunately.
Okay, I'll refresh your recollection. Kelly Johnson is the person that Ms. Newell said she was texting and calling on the evening of March 24th, 2022. Okay? Have you ever met with her before?
No.
Judge Knox, witness?
Yes.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 1. You can take a second and look at these.
That'd be great, thank you.
Do you recognize those?
Now that I'm seeing them, yes.
Okay.
I apologize for that. Before, apparently, I did look at Naturi's phone or Janae's phone.
Okay. You said just now, based on your cross-examination, that you got this from Naturi's phone, right?
That would be the only logical place that I would have gotten it from.
Okay. That's all the text messages that were sent?
Those were the text messages screenshotted.
They were screenshotted?
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever talked to someone from the official tmedia@gmail.com?
I have received emails from her.
Okay. Is it possible that those messages that are there right there in front of you came from an email from the official t@gmail.com?
Like I said, unfortunately, I just don't remember exactly how I received those videos.
Well, your emails right there reflect that, but we'll move on beyond that. Are you aware that the T is a group of people that their desire is, they don't like Mr. Bishop? I'll put it that way.
It's fair to say that, yeah.
Okay. Now, you indicated as part of your investigative work that you went to the scene, right?
Correct.
Okay. So when you went inside, did you attempt to collect blood while you were inside?
There was collection of materials there that could contain that, but specifically blood and semen were not on the search warrant.
Okay. And you also did a sexual assault examination, or you couldn't do one, right?
That is correct.
Okay. So you couldn't do one because she didn't come to you until April the 7th of 2022. That's when you interviewed her, right?
Correct.
Okay. And that would have been more than 5 days after the time that she alleged that happened, right?
Correct.
Okay. But are you aware that she did go to law enforcement within 5 days of it happening?
Yes, but the initial report did not include anything about the sexual assault.
It didn't include anything about the sexual assault. That's exactly right. So within 5 days of the time that she alleged to have had sex, when a sexual assault examination could have been done, she had not said anything to law enforcement about a sexual assault. She gave over a 20-minute statement on body cam. Isn't that correct?
I believe so.
You reviewed that, right?
Yes.
Okay, and in that statement, she only told law enforcement that this was revenge porn, correct?
That's correct.
And that's all you guys, when you went to Fayetteville on April 7th, were reviewing for, right?
Initially, yes.
The next witness to take the stand would be Syrian. She would explain her time spent in carbonation back in 2020 and accuse Nature Boy of sexually assaulting her during that time.
Jana, did anything happen that during your time in the group that made you believe the defendant had developed a sexual interest in you?
At a certain point, yes.
Did you share the defendant's interest for a sexual relationship?
No.
Did you talk about that with Mr. Bishop?
No. At the time, all the women were put in a position where we were separated from the men, and he claimed that we all had to be his wife.
And did he ever act on his sexual interest in you?
Yes.
And where were you all at that point?
In Cancun, Mexico. We were in an Airbnb. All of the women with him, and then all the men were in another room.
Okay. And what happened?
It was at a time where he wanted us to approach him a certain way by calling him my king. I was called to the room and I didn't approach him the way he wanted me to, so he made me do squats, which was kind of like a punishment if you were out of line. And he made one of his wives leave the room, and from there it led to him raping me.
One of his wives, what was that person's name, do you know?
Velvet.
And what happened next?
The door was closed, and then I recall him asking me to give him oral. I don't remember giving him oral or anything, but I remember him asking me, and then he got up off the bed, and then we ended up near the bathroom, and that's when the situation happened.
You said the situation happened, and I'm sorry, but you have to, what did he do to your body?
He penetrated me anally.
What were you doing at that point?
In that moment, I feel like I had shut down.
Did you feel in that moment like you could say no to Mr. Bishop?
No, that's what I was referring to as far as I felt like I shut down in that moment when it was happening.
What do you think would have happened if you had tried to say no?
I really didn't know what to expect. I just know based off of how he's treated the other women that were his wives, that if they were not to submit to him, that it would end up in some type of abuse.
You had witnessed abuse of other women. Are you referring to Velvet?
Mainly Velvet and Malia.
Were you injured as a result of that incident?
I was.
And can you describe that?
I was ripped.
Did you seek the assistance of any of the other members to treat those injuries?
I did. I went to the bathroom because I was in pain and bleeding. I'm not sure exactly which women came to help me, but there was a few that looked at it for me, and they confirmed that I was ripped.
And did you report anything to the Mexican authorities?
No.
Did you report anything to authorities here in America?
Not until this case started.
That's all the questions there.
Cross.
Judge. Good day, Ms. Jacobs. How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
All right. My name is Robert Booker. I represent Mr. Bishop. Just a couple of questions for you. Prior to this case it being ever heard of, you had never given a statement to law enforcement, had you?
No.
You never let anybody know your involvement with this group at all, right?
Not as far as the law enforcement, no.
Okay. In Cancun, Mexico, your statement to the district attorney was that Mr. Bishop anally raped you, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And Velvet and Mr. Bishop were in a bedroom together?
Yes.
Okay. And you came inside the bedroom?
Yes.
Okay. Why did Velvet leave the room?
Because he asked her to.
He said, hey, Velvet, get out of here. You can go.
Yes.
Is that right? Do you get undressed or he takes your clothes off?
I don't remember.
Okay. Do you remember what you were wearing?
No.
Okay. Was anything said to you or did you say anything to him during that time frame?
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
No.
So you don't know if you ever said, hey, don't do that to me?
No.
Okay. And so at that point, there is some sort of sexual act in that bedroom or bathroom?
Yes.
Okay. Do you get dressed after that?
I remember him asking me to take a shower afterwards.
And after you took a shower, what'd you do then?
I went straight to the other bathroom because I learned that I was bleeding. I don't remember the exact women, but there was a few that came inside the bathroom to check on me.
You don't know their names?
I don't remember exactly which ones it was.
Okay. How many do you think came in?
It was like 3.
And so you indicated that you don't know if you ever told him no or not, right?
I didn't say no.
You didn't say no?
No.
Okay. Thank you.
The prosecution will call Velvet to the stand next. She would describe the physical abuse she endured while being in carbonation. She would also corroborate Syrian's story about her being ripped after the situation with Nature Boy in Mexico.
Velvet, how old are you today?
I'm 27.
When did you first hear of Eligio Bishop?
In February of 2017. I was on social media in college studying agriculture. And when I came across his video, it kind of just popped up on my feed.
Where were they? Like, do you know where in the world they were?
They were in Costa Rica.
And when did you end up leaving, or did you end up leaving to go stay with them?
I ended up leaving to go stay with him at the end of February in 2017.
When you got to Costa Rica, how was that experience when you first landed and got there?
It was different. It was different because I never met people in this type of setting before. So when I initially met Omek, that was the first person that I met, Omek. Me and him have a very neutral relationship, and so we were just like, hey, it was cool, And then that's when I met Nature Boy, or Eligio Bishop. After me and Omek had our relationship, he started to ask me all of these questions, and like some of the questions that still stands out to this day is the fact that he kept asking me if I wanted to be with Omek. And so I kept saying yes, that I want to be with Omek, but he kept pushing it like, are you sure? Do you want to be with Omek? And I'm like, that's what I said, that's what I want. So he just kind of backed off or whatever, and then everything was regular.
Did you go by your legal name within the group?
I did not. No one goes by their legal name. So he changes your name, and then it's like a recreation of who you are, basically. I was called, my name turned from EJ to Eliana. And my name was Eliana for a long time. And then that's when I had my daughter, and we named her Eliana, which was weird. I digress. Between Eliana and Nana was like the most, what my name was over the duration of these 8-7 years.
How did he refer to the outside world, or folks outside of the group?
First it started with our families, right? Because, naturally, having a family, you would want to talk to them, call them. But he would say stuff like, that's Babylon. So, like, we're not a part of Babylon because Babylon lives backwards. He essentially felt like if our parents or anybody connected to us, or even if they weren't in the outside world, if they were indulging in these things, then they were, we're not supposed to engage with that. We're not supposed to interact with it.
Were folks within the group able to say no to Mr. Bishop?
No, I don't personally feel like nobody was able to say no.
At some point while you were in the group, did you and the defendant develop a romantic and sexual relationship?
We did.
And how did that begin?
So, me and Omek would get into arguments a lot about me liking Nature Boy and Nature Boy liking me, and I would have dreams, and so I would talk to Omek about it. And so Nature Boy would pull him to the side and say stuff like, she's gonna be with me anyway, you might as well let me be with her, and then he'll pull me to the side and he'll say stuff like, he's really not your type. So eventually, after so many months of just arguing with Omek, I decided to break up with him.
Sure, so about how long after you joined in February of 2017 before you and Mr. Bishop began your relationship?
It was in 2018. Eventually, I got pregnant, and when I got pregnant, that's when the abuse started, and he really started getting abusive with me. And this was one of the rules. You couldn't get married. You couldn't have Babylon documentations, like that was forbidden in the group. Like you couldn't get married. That's not something that we would practice. But in August of 2020, he went from not practicing that to, yeah, I want to get married. So fast forward, I couldn't say no and I couldn't show any type of resistance because it would end in physical violence. For me, it was a lot of strangulation. He would hit me in my face. I would have black eyes. I would have bust lips. You know, he would pick me. Well, in this incident before, he had picked me up and kept slamming me on the ground. So I don't know what else could happen. You know what I'm saying? So I just kind of played it cool. So he encouraged about 4 other couples to get married as well, and then we all got married at one time. And then we started to travel about again. As we started to travel about, we were in Mexico at some point, and Eligio Bishop separated the men and the women into 2 different Airbnbs. His thoughts are, every woman is his wife, you know, so in the house with all of the women, he started to make relations with all of the women, and was one of the women who he, from what I was told, you know, forced himself upon that in that incident. And when it happened, I didn't know about it. So she came to me after the fact and she was like, I have to show you something. She came to me, it was like really urgent. So when she showed me, it definitely was blood there and it was torn, and I was like, ouch. And so I didn't really know what to do because I'm not a medical professional. So I just told her to clean it and I gave her some antibiotic ointment to see if that'll help, you know, and that's really all I had to offer at that time.
And were you in the room with and the defendant when all that happened?
No, it was not. I didn't even know what was going on.
Why couldn't you just take your daughter and leave?
He didn't want me to leave. He was obsessed with being with me. He literally would physically abuse me if I showed any type of, if I wanted to leave, if I said, Nation boy, I want to leave right now. You're not leaving me. Get her passport. Get the baby. Somebody get the baby. Get her, do all of these things. So now I'm pitted with 15, 14 people against me with a baby. This was every single time. So I started to understand the pattern of leaving at that point. So if I calm down and I do what you want me to do, that means that my passport, my documentations, and my baby is going to be closer to me. But if I show any type of sign that I want to leave and I'm going to leave, everything gets taken away from me.
Do you remember the date you were ultimately able to leave?
Yeah. I remember that date. That was November. It was literally in the beginning of November 2020. It was maybe the first, second, or third date of November in 2020. After I left, Nature Boy decided to start leaking sexual videos of me that I did not consent to him leaking.
After you left in November of 2020, did you ever go back?
No.
Midway through Velvet's testimony, the judge will call for a break. It will be during this break time that King World, one of Nature Boy's main critics, will get into a few altercations outside the courthouse. The first will be when he approached ex-Carbonation member BP and asked her if she could give a statement regarding the case.
Oh, what, you don't want to talk to the people on YouTube? I'm gonna cover it up. I'm gonna cover it up to get a statement.
See, that's the bullshit right there.
What's the bullshit?
Bro, if you wanna holler at me, just be like, hey, I'm on
I just seen you in the courthouse. I didn't miss what you did because I wasn't recording.
Take me off here. Come on.
So now it's lame shit, and you done got on the news and everything.
Bro, I'm about to slap that motherfucker.
About to get slapped in your motherfucking head too. I don't give a fuck about your scrap. I don't care nothing about your scrap. I don't care about your scrap. Like it. You a clown. That's what you are. You a clown. You a clown. You a clown. Yeah, you a clown. F you. This a cheap ass phone. Matter of fact, you clown, dyke ass broad. That's what you are. She gonna try to smack the phone, y'all. See, I told y'all, I all love support Nature Boy. Her fans do too. I told y'all we're gonna get the real story.
The second incident will come moments later when he spotted Jackson Juju leaving the courthouse.
I go both of them right there. Hey. Are you gonna beat me up? I'm saying, what the fuck you saying? What you mean? What you mean what I'm talking about, God? What you talking about, God? What you talking about, God? We on live too. What the fuck you talking about?
You wanna give us a hug?
Do I want to?
You want a hug?
I want to smack the shit out of you.
You want a hug? Do it. Do it. Right here. Do it. Right here.
Let's walk down the street. Let's walk down the street. Let's walk down the street. Let's walk down the street.
Right here. Come on.
Let's walk down the street.
Right here.
That's what I thought. Whole ass nigga. Whole ass nigga.
Y'all can both get it.
Man, you ain't gonna do a motherfucker.
Right here. What's up?
With them cheap ass pants on, nigga. Yeah. Clap what? What's up? Clap what? You know you play with. playing with. You don't know who you playing with. Bitch ass nigga.
The drama would end up making it across the street from the courthouse in a Chick-fil-A parking lot where Jackson Juju's ride was parked.
What's the word? What's the word?
Hey, I love myself, man. Bitch ass nigga.
Hey, I love you and I love you. I love all of y'all. I love y'all. I love myself. Hey, come show you I love you. You want me to show you I love you?
And he doing the cloud.
Well, I said I love you. I love myself. He told me to come and show me. What you want me to give you a hug or something? Nigga, I said I love you. You my reflection. I love you. He told us to come and show me.
Before the trial resumed, Juju would get into another altercation. Jackson and Juju would both claim BP tried to fight them in the elevator. The confrontation would eventually lead to the hallway, where at this point, BP would throw water on Juju.
He look like a little... Yeah. I see his mouth. Oh shit, he's gonna throw the water. I'm like, watch out. Oh, you wanna get on her ass. That nigga wanna go.
She trying to hit nigga.
You see what she doing? You see how she harassing us? You see this lady? You see this lady? You see this lady? You see this lady?
You see, we wasn't doing nothing, y'all. We was on the elevator. She was on the elevator. And look, he's just right there like... He like, the police is coming. How was we harassing you? We didn't talk to her. I know she an ex-member. I know who she is, but I know who she is, but I don't know her. I don't know her. I don't know her to talk to her. Like, if I don't know you, I'm not gonna talk to you. Like,
Don't know you.
like I don't know you.
Never seen you in person.
Never seen you in person. This is my first time seeing you. I don't want to talk to you. She got mad because we didn't want to talk to her, y'all.
Velvet would be back on the stand a half hour after the judge called for a break. Both King World and BP will both be banned for the remainder of the trial. On cross-examination, the defense attempted to paint Velvet as a liar, but to her credit, she held up particularly well under pressure.
How many times in 2017 to 2020 do you think you came and went?
Man, it was about maybe 4 times.
So only 4 times?
Maybe. I would have to go back and look at certain documents because there were times where I actually left and then went back because I didn't have enough money. I didn't have my baby documents. And I attempted to leave a lot, like over 10 times. I attempted to leave, but I successfully left about a good 4 times from what I know.
Okay. And of the 4 times that you know that you left, how long were you gone for those times?
Every time was different.
Give me a range.
I would say maybe 3 months.
People knew who you were on social media, right?
For the most part,
They still know who you are on social media, right? Yes. Because you're well known there, right?
Yes.
Okay, you and Solar are well known as well because you guys are a couple, right? Were a couple. Okay, and so you had a baby by Solar, right?
I did.
Okay, and when was that?
You want me to tell you when I had a baby for Solar? I really feel uncomfortable because this situation has literally put my children's lives in danger.
If you could answer,
wait, hold on. Answering the question of when you had the child, how does that put your child in danger?
Because I have never told anybody the date of the child's birthday.
Okay. Can you tell us approximately how old the child is?
It's 3 months.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. Okay. So you lived lots of places: Costa Rica, Texas, Mexico, and United States. Over 3 years, right?
Yes.
Okay. And you lived there during the time frame with Mr. Bishop, even though you left several times and came back. You agree with me about that, right?
Yes.
It was discouraged for your family to be present or to know where you were or something like that, right?
Yes.
Okay. Do you disagree with me that in 2019 that your family actually came and visited you there?
Yes, I believe it was 2018 if I'm not mistaken. My father did come to Mexico.
To visit you in person?
Yes. Yeah.
But somehow your dad came and he went to see his grandbaby, right? This was the baby you had with Mr. Bishop?
Yes.
Okay, and your dad held up the baby along with you and Mr. Bishop, and you guys were all together. Isn't that true?
Yes.
Do you recall testifying that you said another big rule was that we couldn't speak to our family, and that if we did, we got scolded, right?
Yeah.
But you never said at that time that your father had come down there and visited you several times, did you?
It didn't matter.
Okay.
My dad was gonna come regardless.
Okay.
I didn't have to have contact with him. He was coming
Okay.
to save me, to get me.
And let me ask you a better question. So 2017, 2018, there was no issues according to you, right?
Actually, so in 2018, I got pregnant. When I got pregnant in 2018, I don't remember the month I got pregnant, but that's when abuse started. By the time I had the baby in 2019, in January, the abuse had started getting worse.
Okay.
So before I had the baby, he was already hitting me. He was already strangling me to a degree. After I had the baby in January, the abuse got worse. In the beginning, he would strangle me, and I would still like have a consciousness. I'd still be like, aware. I could breathe a little bit. But as time went on, it got to the point where I would black out.
Okay. And you testified now that he strangled you to the point where you would lose your breath. And you testified earlier that you had busted lips, is what you said. Mm-hmm. You had black eyes, and you had strangulation. So being that all those things were happening to you, you guys were online every single day, multiple times a day, there would be videos that would reflect you having marks around your neck because of your skin complexion, black eyes, and busted lips. Those videos would exist online, correct?
They don't exist online because I was not online in every live. When he would strangle me and hit me in my face and I would have these bruises, I was staying off the line.
Okay. And you left in 2020, correct?
Yes.
What month?
November
2020. All right. So, in your testimony earlier was 3 or 4 times, or 4 times at least, that you managed to leave, and at least 10 times that you attempted to leave, right?
Yes.
That wasn't including those 4 times, right? There were 10 other times that you attempted to leave but just failed, right?
Yes.
Okay. So in 2017, you didn't try to leave based on that because there was no issues. In 2018, you haven't testified anything about trying to leave. So is that the 14 times that you either attempted to leave or left were essentially in 2019. So if you left 4 times that were ranged from 2 to 3 months, you weren't even there in 2019 for most of the year.
No, this is over a timeline. This is over a course of 3 years.
But you said that you didn't leave. You didn't leave in 2017. You didn't leave in 2018. So they only leave 2019 and 2020. So if you're gone at least 4 times for 2 to 3 months over 2019 to 2020, you were gone for large portions of 2019 and 2020.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Because if I'm there even for 3 months and I'm experiencing physical violence every day, how does it? What correlation does that have with me not being there for majority of the year? If I experienced domestic violence, I experienced it, whether it was 2 days, 3 days, or 4 days, or a month to a year. Okay. It happened.
All right, almost done with you. Going to the 24th day of March 2022, you were not present in a house here in Atlanta at that time, were you?
No.
Okay. All right. Thank you, ma'am.
After Velvet's testimony, the state will call Amy Blanchard, the Director of Victim Services, to the stand. Ms. Blanchard would explain to the jury about the power and control dynamics often seen in abusive relationships. Although she testified that she hadn't spoken to any members of Carbonation, the prosecution relied on her testimony to help frame the abuse and control experienced by victims within the context of domestic violence as well as cult leadership. Ms. Blanchard's testimony would wrap up the day and the prosecution would rest. The defense would prepare to call its first witness in the morning.
Any other witnesses for the state?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the state has rested, so this is a good time to break for the day. So we are moving right along. You're excused for the day. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. Thank you.
Tonight, testimony wrapping up for the day in the DeKalb County trial of Eligio Bishop, the alleged cult leader charged with rape and posting revenge porn.
On day 3 of testimony in the Eligio Bishop trial, 2 more former members took the stand and described the group Carbonation, where they say Bishop cut off their contact with the outside world and controlled his members.
In that moment, I feel like I had shut down.
Eligio Bishop separated the men and the women into 2 different Airbnbs. His thoughts are, every woman is his wife. After I left, Nature Boy decided to start leaking sexual videos of me that I did not consent.
Both victims confirmed they knew Eligio Bishop was the leader, and they couldn't tell him no.
What about the guys there that and the girls that claim that you are God? I am God.
Witnesses for the defense are expected to take the stand tomorrow. This trial will resume tomorrow morning at 9.
At the start of the fourth day of testimony, the defense would motion the judge to drop all charges due to the state not proving the alleged crimes took place in DeKalb County. They also argued lack of evidence. Although it was unlikely the motion would be granted, it was one last Hail Mary before they would call their first witness.
I'm going to address all the counts, but I'm going to really focus on counts 3, 4, and 5. The state has failed to provide evidence that the defendant caused, as the allegation, as the indictment states, or that he did anything to have these videos be placed on Twitter or on social media. The state was able to go through his house and obtain 12 devices. Out of those 12 devices, none of those devices has the state put in evidence showing that he ever actually even possessed it. They sent a search warrant or subpoena to Twitter. There's no evidence that they put in that shows a business record from Twitter that says that this defendant was the person who actually uploaded. There's also nothing that shows that he caused them to be uploaded to Twitter. Additionally, there would be something called venue that would be necessary in this case. And for purposes of it, the state has not presented a witness that I can recall here, and I've kind of kept checking over there where they've indicated, hey, by the way, this happened within DeKalb County for any of the counts actually. So I would argue for 1 through 5, the state has failed to prove venue in DeKalb County because there's nothing that has testified that this happened, if it ever happened, within DeKalb County.
Venue's been established, everything else is issues for the jury, and unless the court has other specific questions, ask the court to deny the motion.
There's no evidence that this was done that would be presented before a jury, so I'm still standing.
Response?
It's in the exhibit. It was introduced into evidence in the exhibit, which shows a video of Mr. Bishop's Twitter feed that shows that the posts were posted and pinned on March 27th.
All right. There is sufficient evidence from which a jury can conclude that all of that happened on the incident date and in DeKalb County. So I'm going to deny the motions for directed verdict. There's also evidence the state has established venue through multiple witnesses.
After the judge denied the motion, the day would take an unexpected turn when Nature Boy abruptly decided to fire his attorney. Nature Boy's decision would come after the judge informed everyone before court started that she had contracted COVID.
She tested positive for COVID, and you still come to work, putting everybody in jeopardy. I tell my lawyer, this is when I know I'm getting railroaded, because I'm telling my lawyer, I'm saying, like, I don't want to go in there with her with COVID. They're already cheating on me. They're cheating in the case as it is. I don't want to go in there right now. Why would my lawyer advise me to put my life in danger and coming in here with you? That's insufficient counsel. I want to fire my lawyer for him even telling me to go forward with this, knowing that you're tested positive for COVID.
We've got some breaking news out of Georgia in the polygamist cult leader trial. Defendant Eligio Nature Boy Bishop is asking the judge to dismiss his attorney.
You don't get to choose a different attorney in the middle of the trial. We don't stop for you to get a new lawyer. You either proceed with Mr. Booker or you proceed by yourself, period. Two choices. Those are the only ones you have.
Is that on record?
Yes, everything is on the record.
Okay, I would like to fire my attorney if I can find new counsel.
That is not an option. Okay, you're not listening to me, Mr. Bishop. The options are proceed with Mr. Booker or proceed without an attorney. Those are the two options you have at this juncture, period. Nobody in the back can help you. Look at me. I'm talking to you. Two options, proceed with Mr. Booker or proceed pro se and represent yourself, which is a terrible, terrible, terrible idea.
Why is that my only two options?
That's the law, Mr. Bishop, period. That's the law.
So I'm not allowed to seek other counsel?
Not in the middle of trial. No, sir.
Even if I'm not being represented right?
Sir, that's the ruling. Do not argue with me.
Is that on record?
Everything is on record, Mr. Bishop. Everything is on the record. So what do you want to do? You either proceed with Mr. Booker or you proceed without an attorney.
What about the COVID?
We've already discussed that, sir. You have a mask, I have a mask, we have hand sanitizers, the jurors are fine with it, counsel's fine with it, we are way more than 5 feet away from each other. You're trying everything you can to not go forward with this trial.
Because I'm not being treated fair.
Okay, you are entitled to your opinion, Mr. Bishop. I'm not going to argue with you. But we are moving forward with the trial. one way or the other. If you're concerned about COVID and you want to stay in the back and do not want to participate in the trial, that is also your right.
Really?
Really?
Because I don't want to be in here and be exposed to COVID?
Then you can sit in the back and we can try the case in your
So
house.
I don't have the right to have any opinion about this.
If you want to sit in lockup during the course of the trial, that is your right. And that will be considered a voluntary absence from the proceeding.
Will I be able to hear what's going on?
Nope. There's no feed back there. Nope, you wouldn't be able to hear it.
And this is on record?
That is correct.
Who will be representing me if I fire my lawyer?
You will represent yourself. Those are your
Okay, and if I represent myself and not choose to be in the court, then who will represent?
Nobody.
Okay, well, I want to fire my attorney and not be in court.
Okay. Do you want to go talk to your client in the back? Okay, let's take 5 minutes.
If he wants to.
Oh, I like this judge. She is not putting up with the nature boy's antics. Well, after they conferred, Mr. Bishop decided not to fire his attorney. Smart move, as the judge noted. His attorney, Robert Booker, is going to continue to represent him, going to continue to stay in the courtroom with him.
Mr. Booker.
Because we've had a chance to speak in the back, my client out for about the past 5 minutes. He does not desire to be present because he's concerned about COVID. He's okay with representation, but he does not feel like he has much of a choice. In the matter, he's concerned for his physical well-being. He does not want to be in absentia in his own trial, so I think he's going to remain here on the side, but he's indicated it's not viable.
Okay, understood. There was an issue, somebody emailed some YouTube footage of someone walking around outside, I believe during lunch yesterday, and apparently was discussing the case in the presence of other folks. So I'm just going to instruct those of you who are here observing, if you want to continue to observe, I suggest you not be discussing and posting stuff about the case during lunch or during the breaks outside where folks can overhear you. I believe the Sheriff's Department has already located that individual and has removed him from the remaining of the proceedings. So that's what will happen.
And Judge, I would add to that person, they also attacked 2 of my witnesses outside as well.
Is it the same person?
The same person.
Okay.
I don't know if their purpose was to try to intimidate my witnesses. My witnesses are here, and those 2 are. But I just want to make sure that was on record.
Okay. All right, bring the jurors in and let's get started with your first witness.
The defense will call Jana as its first witness. Attorney Booker decided to recall her to the stand after the judge allowed certain questions to be asked that she had previously ruled inadmissible. Although the judge still wouldn't allow her taped interview with detectives to be played in front of the jury, the defense's strategy was simple. They would attempt to paint Jana as a bitter and scorned woman that was upset because Nature Boy overlooked her as his main wife.
Now, the very first time after March 24th, 2022, that you reported the revenge porn, did you go down and do a warrant application at the DeKalb County Magistrate Court?
Yeah, I went to the police department and I stayed in front of them, and I did a police report with a cop.
Okay. All right. So you didn't go to the Magistrate Court. You went and spoke to to Officer Hugh.
Yes.
Okay. And so you told him that revenge porn had been posted online.
Yes.
And you made a report with him.
Yes.
Okay. And that was on March the 30th of 2022. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. At that time, you didn't say anything about a sexual assault or anything about rape. That's correct?
That's correct.
Okay. After that, the next time that you made a statement about this case was an interview that you did online with a YouTuber called The T, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And do you recall your interview with The T?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Were you truthful in your interview with The T?
I would say I was truthful to my best abilities. I just came from out the cult, so I still had an influence on me. Yes.
All right. Okay. Now, are you aware that The T is the same group of people that sent those text messages to the detective in this case?
Sure.
Okay. All right. Did you provide text messages to The T?
I may have.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to read you, this is a transcript of your statements from YouTube. I left Carbonation because basically he didn't hit me. but I was hit by Zoku, Eferu, and Shiva did push me and nudge me and was getting up in my face, as well as the reason why this happened. It's because they feel as if I was being disrespectful to him by giving him a face. Does that sound like something that you said?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. And so was there a girl in the group named Malia?
Yes.
Was Malia considered to be the queen?
Yes.
Were you frustrated by Malia being the queen?
No.
Okay. I'm going to read you, again, you tell me if you disagree with this taken from your interview. All right, use Natiri as a servant and come tomorrow, she's going to be the servant and this and that. And I'm just like, wow, like, really? And one of the reasons why I left is because y'all don't know when he was trying to do the queen thing, there wasn't going to be a new queen. And so, and I'm going to skip forward, I'm going to be her servant, I'm going to be her servant, I'm going to kiss her feet.
I never said to my mouth that I wanted to kiss her feet. He was ordering me to kiss her feet the next day. He said that I was going to kiss her feet in front of the whole world and become a slave to carbonation.
Did you have an issue with her being the queen and you not being the queen?
I had an issue with the dynamic in the triangulation, excuse me if I'm not saying that right, but triangulation that Eligio Bishop was doing with the women in the cult. Okay. I decided that after he himself, Eligio Bishop, was telling me behind closed doors that I might be the queen. Are you really the queen of carbonation, Natiri? Can you do this job? Are you meant for this job? And he's had countless encounters in front of everyone saying that I was qualified and I was more of a goddess than the other women. I thought I could take the queen role and do something positive with our culture that we was creating in the group. I didn't like how he put the women against each other and made them jealous of me because he would always tell the women that he liked me better than the other ones. I thought I could change the dynamic of the queen because he, like I said, he never hit me. But I thought I could change it. It was a lot of abuse, yes, mental and, emotional abuse. But he
never hit you though?
No, and I thought that I could change that dynamic. So I wanted to become the queen so I can make a change like I was naturally doing in the cult.
Okay. So being that he never hit you, how long were you in the group?
I was on and off in the group for 3 years.
Okay.
And when it came down to Eligio Bishop, though he's never hit me physically, the mental and emotional abuse and the spiritual abuse was always present.
Okay. All right. Do you disagree with the following statement you made? Babaji, that's Elijah, comes in and he's like, "Are you okay?" And I told him no. And he was like, "You know what? You can just go pack yourself because you can just make it clean and simple. Make it, just make it, basically he's saying that don't make a fuss about it, just pack it and just get out." And so you at that point when you got your suitcases and you were about to leave, right?
No, I didn't go get my suitcases. One of the men fetched my suitcases.
Okay, and then the next day you said,
Your Honor, I would have to object at this point. These are not statements, they're prior statements, and they are not statements in contradiction to what she testified to the first time. If they were, then it would be proper under Rule 413, but instead we're just rehashing an out-of-court statement, hearsay.
To agree, Mr. Booker.
Okay.
All right, sustain the objection, let's move on.
Okay. Do you recall that during the interview that you indicated that you went upstairs and that you were just crying in his arms?
Again, same objection. That was testified to on direct.
I can just play the interview into the record, and Judge, and that's what the state wants.
The interview is not admissible.
No, you can't. I sustain the objection. Move forward.
Well, she hasn't been asked the question. This is not questions that she's been asked before. So it wouldn't be something that would be a prior consistent or inconsistent statement. She's not been asked these particular questions before regarding the specifics of what happened when she was there.
Response?
Unfortunately, I think this is another matter we have to take up.
All right. Sorry, guys.
Once outside of Janae and the jury, the prosecution and defense will argue what questions should be allowed and what shouldn't. The defense had 4 main questions they wanted to ask, and the judge granted all 4.
Number one, that she felt like she was vulnerable at that time, and so therefore they had sex and she didn't resist. Is that a fair question? Is the state okay with that?
And this is what she told T.
This is what she told the T.
If it's, I think that's appropriate.
Okay, that's fine.
Additionally, that she felt that the defendant was faking it during the lovemaking, and she felt that he wasn't being genuine and true as a result.
As long as Mr. Crabtree, do you recall making this statement, not do you believe this statement, or do you everything?
All right, and then what she really needed at that time was dick, but what she really wanted was real true love.
Okay, that's been addressed one way or the other, so I'll defer to the court.
Okay. I think it's been addressed, or you do not think it's been addressed?
Yeah.
I don't remember her saying that.
Yeah.
No, we would remember her saying that.
I do not remember her. She did not say that. So, so I would say no to that question, because that's not a prior consistent statement.
It would be a prior inconsistent.
How is it inconsistent? What is it inconsistent with? The rape?
Yes, it's inconsistent with the rape that she needed to have sex with him rather than not.
What was your response to that?
I think he said it was okay with it, but maybe I'm wrong.
I don't see how it can be inconsistent based on like the absence of testimony. I mean, it's not consistent or inconsistent. It's just not something that came up in her testimony.
Okay, well, could she be asked if she recalls that statement? If she doesn't recall it, then we'll leave it bigger.
Just defer to the court on that.
All right, I'll allow it.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, what else?
The Brady statement, Judge, which I think the state is agreeable to, and that would be the 4 questions I would have about that.
I'm sorry, the Brady statement?
The Brady statement, which the state provided, was that Mr. Bishop indicated to her just one last time, and his new response was, okay. That is the linchpin of our entire case, whether the rape happened or not. And that statement, the state says, well, I believe she did say that. My position is, I don't think she said it clearly. I think I have the right to question her on it. I won't ask her anything else beyond that.
All right.
Before the jury was brought back in, the judge called for a short break. When she returned, she informed everyone that due to CDC guidelines, she was going to adjourn for the day and delay the trial until Thursday at 9 a.m. Janae will resume her testimony then.
We are going to, it is not a mistrial, we are going to recess until Thursday morning at 9 o'clock, which will be consistent with the CDC guidelines that are still in place regarding isolation. So that's where we are, and I'm going to bring the jurors out and excuse them until Thursday.
In a courtroom today during the trial of an accused cult leader, the trial got abruptly put on hold, but not before the defendant, Eligio Bishop, spoke up after the judge announced someone associated with the case tested positive for COVID.
Quite frankly, it was a bizarre day in court. First, the announcement of a COVID case, and then Eligio Bishop tried to shake up the trial in his own way. It was a dramatic day in a DeKalb County courtroom, smack dab in the middle of Eligio Bishop's trial.
But we're not stopping the trial for you to get a new lawyer. That's not how this works.
The request came on day 4, just as Bishop's attorney was about to present his side to the jury. Bishop is the leader of the alleged cult Carbon Nation. He's accused of raping a former member nearly 2 years ago as she tried to escape and then posting revenge porn online. DeKalb County Superior Court Judge Stacey Heydrich defended Bishop's attorney Robert Booker, saying he's been doing a great job on his behalf.
You're trying everything you can to not go forward with this trial.
Because I'm not being treated fair.
Okay, you are entitled to your opinion, Mr. Bishop. I'm not going to argue with you, but we are moving forward with the trial.
The judge gave Bishop 2 options: represent himself or keep his attorney. Ultimately, they decided to move forward together. Complicating the matter, it was announced Tuesday morning someone tied to the case tested positive for COVID. Bishop spoke up after the announcement, saying he was worried that he would catch the virus. And the judge initially decided to move forward with the case despite someone testing positive for COVID, but then reconsidered her decision about an hour later. The trial is now on hold until Thursday at 9 a.m.
The judge tests positive for COVID. They don't say that on the news. They just trying to protect her some kind of way so she won't be shown to have tested positive for COVID. They don't want you to know that. They're trying to hide that. And it is what it is. It is what it is because Christ was lied on, but I want y'all to watch it very closely. Out of all the cheating they did in this case, talking about, oh, we're still going to go forward with this. We're still going to go. So zealous to get it done. But you put everybody's life in danger. Then I say, I don't want to be in here with you. She's like, no, you're going to be in here anyway. And if you don't, we're going to move forward without you. I'm like, what do you mean you're going to move forward without me? Yeah, you can go in the back. I was like, well, I'll be able to hear. She's like, no, you're not going to be able to hear. See, you're being corrupt, and it's the laws of the universe, and this is what happens. But at the end of the day, you're cheating. You're not giving us any leeway. You're not being fair about anything. And now, the interview that she did with the police, they're hiding that. They played my interview, but they never played her interview. They're scared when it comes to her interview. You know why? Because her interview says what? Her interview says that she never told these people at all. They're legally hiding it in court. They're not allowing us to talk about it. They're not allowing us to question the fact that, here's a plain out question. Hey, did he ever you? That's the question to ask her. We never asked her that question.